when needed. It teaches you how to handle many situations, teaches you how to communicate with people of all ages, and many more. Having leadership skills will help me a lot in my future since I've already experienced it, and I will now know how to lead into different things. What I've learned to push through no matter what, continue to be dedicated at all times, encourage teammates, and look at the positive end. So my senior year has not been going the way I thought a senior year would be going. During football season, I had auditions for Texas All-State Dance Team, and during that audition, I did something to my knee to where it led me having to have surgery because I tore one of my ligaments. So when I had to have surgery, I was told that I wasn't going to be able to perform until spring show, which is in April. So I only got to perform at 2 football games, which kind of sucked because I'm captain and I was excited to be on the field and to blow my whistle and everything. But I was on my crutches blowing my whistle. I was still there. I was just not dancing. I was told that I was not going to be able to do competition. However, I did recover quickly and I got to be at competition. I didn't get to do every single dance, but that was my decision because I didn't want to push myself too hard to where I hurt myself even more after the surgery. So I decided I did 6 dances out of 9. I mean, it's still a lot, but it's not all of them like I was supposed to be. Qualities of a leader. I always have to be there no matter what. So even through my surgery, I was there even if I couldn't walk, and the girls were asking me questions of how do you do this dance move. Even though I couldn't physically do that, I could still be there for support and help them verbally try to describe how to do the movement. You always have to be encouraging. So even if I'm having a hard time in life, Miss L'Oreal always says, leave your problems at the door when you enter. So once you enter, if you're having the worst time of your life, don't bring that into the dance room because that's just going to bring everyone down. So you have to be constantly encouraging others because what you have to realize is all the girls on the team, most of them have a hard life back at home, and they're either getting bullied at home or abused or don't have a home. So you have to encourage them to continue through life and to continue through school to get somewhere. And you have to be trustworthy because the girls have to be able to know that you were there no matter what, and then if they tell you something, you won't go and tell another senior in BA, so then that spreads around. You have to be able to have that bond and that trust. So if they are being abused, you can, comfort them and then tell the counselor so they can get help. Leadership for Rika, I chose creative expression because I'm able to find ways to connect with girls in the real world and dance. So I connect with them, giving them corrections and helping them grow in dance, and also they come to me for life problems. So out in the world, I show them my real self, and I just tell them how I live life and help them guide through their life. BA6, I did manage projects effectively, being able to be a leader and also keep up with schoolwork. So that's really hard because we're at bell practice from 6:45 and it goes on to first period and we get out at 10:15. And then I have 8th period, which is officer class, so from 2:30 all the way to 4:30. And then we also have after school practice, so from 4:30 to 7:30. And that's usually about every single day. And then on top of that, I have all AP classes, so I have to manage going home, practicing all my routines, making sure I know them because the girls watch me and ask me questions about the routines, but also keeping my schoolwork up and going to tutoring and figuring out how to manage tutoring with all my performances or all the homework and studying for tests and everything. And also communicate effectively. I have to collaborate and work with other officers and also my directors. So being able to have the connection with 2 teachers, it's important and it's also hard. Personally, not for me because I'm just the social type of person. I get along with older people, But some of the officers, they've had a hard time this year because they're not used to going to the directors and telling them like exactly what the girls are going through. Whereas if I know someone's going through something, I go and tell them no matter what. Or if I'm having a problem, I tell them no matter what. Or they always ask me for my opinion, so I tell them my opinion, because if you ask for the truth, I'm going to give it to you. So I think just like being able to communicate with others no matter their age or like who they are, that's really important. Connections, leader classes, I'm always leader in groups, and I'm always the one to get the things done. So in most of my classes, I am the one who is kind of like the mama bird. I take charge of everything. I'm the one who completes it. I'm the one who turns it in. Even if I ask and my other classmates like agree to help me, I still go after them to make sure their work is correct, because if I'm turning it in and it's part of my grade, I'm not going to trust other people's work 100% because they might be wrong somewhere. The world, taking charge and being confident. So this can connect back to my forensic ontology, being a leader. I might one day be the main leader of a crime scene, so I have to be able to take charge and lead people to know exactly, like, you go do this and you find out this. So I have to be able to be confident in who I am and exactly what I'm doing and take charge of everything. My thesis is having the experience of being a leader of a team has allowed me to experience being the top of people and helping them get through projects or events. This will help me in the future, especially when I go to crime scenes and might have to be the one to lead the investigation. My reflection, my strengths is continuing to support my team even if I wasn't able to participate fully. And some areas to improve is staying motivated even for the team when I'm tired or stressed from school. And that's kind of really important. And I've grown a lot. That's kind of from junior year, going from a team member to a lieutenant, being like your junior year. You have to realize that your attitude is basically the base of the team. And then especially when you're captain, you're the top of it. So whatever you do or however you act is how the rest of the people act. So school can be very stressful and very hard. And I'm not going to lie, the first couple of weeks I came home crying because I was so stressed from all my classes. But when I went to practice, I couldn't show that, because if I showed that, the girls would be like, oh, it's okay to show that I'm having a hard time in school, which is not. And then after all of our practices and constantly being at school and on top of that, our normal life at home, you get really tired. So you have to go in every day with new energy, showing them you can do it, you can get through it, and you're going to make it. So that's some areas I improve on daily. And questions?
Let me follow up with you on that you addressed in the weakness there. Because I've been thinking about that as you were presenting this, that I can imagine how I would have felt if I had I have a shoulder injury and all of a sudden I'm not going to pitch my senior year in high school, or I'm going to only play 2 games and miss the rest. And that's kind of what you were when you didn't get to participate in almost the entire football season. When that all first happened and you realized that this senior year isn't going to happen as the captain of the Bills in the way that I thought, how did you get through that initial period of depression or just struggling with motivation? And be able to continue to be that captain like you talked about, and be able to handle all of your duties in school and everything else. How did you get through the worst part of that?
I think the way I got through it is I told myself, if you can't do it, then you have to show them because the girls, they're always like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this. So I made it very clear to them that if you were in my shoes and you can see that you can't do what you love to do, it's really hard and it puts lots of pressure on you. So I try to show them that they need to be appreciative of what they can do, because in life there's a lots of people that can't do what they wish they could do. So I was there to support them, and I used all my sadness and stuff and tried to build them up to make them happy and love dance. Try to make them love dance as much as I do, or even more.
Okay, thank you. Other questions? Okay, Mackenzie, you can move on to your conclusion. Do you have a conclusion?
I should.
All right, let me was that the last Q&A slide was for Artifact 3, and then
Yes.
just wrap up now?
Yes.
Okay, so this will be an opportunity for anybody to ask us any general questions about the whole defense, rather than maybe on a specific artifact. So let me ask you this, Mackenzie, and I probably should ask this related to Artifact 3, but I think really it could even be part of Artifact 2 as well, because that's being involved in something extra at Bryan Adams. One of our goals is that 100% of our students will be involved in something, right, at Bryan Adams. But we know that we're not at 100%, right? We always try to get there, but we're not there. So if Mr. Bott asked you to come talk to some of the kids who aren't involved in anything, that are just, hey, I'm just doing my classes and that's it, what would you tell them? Like, what would you say to them about the value of finding something to be involved in high school?
Yeah, so Bells has given me sisterhood. I found Bells is kind of like a high school sorority. If you think about it that way, it's like the girls you go to and you hang out with 24/7, whether it's dance related or life related. But also back to swim, you're with the people that you love and your friends, and you make friendships that hopefully last your lifetime, but they get you through your high school year, and you have people that you can depend on, and you're not alone, and people are going through exactly what you're going through because they're involved with the school, and they're also having their normal life and classes. But being involved, one, it keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you constantly involved and busy, and you might not want to be as busy as me, but that's just who I am. I can't stay at home not busy. And 2, friendships, and 3, it teaches you lots of leadership and how to manage your time effectively. So I have a planner, and it has exactly like when I have to do things, because I'm the type of person who I have to have, if we're doing something next week, I have to know the time now, otherwise I'm not going to be able to do it because I just can't roll that way. So it gives you so many wonderful things. I feel like everyone should do it, even if they think that they won't fit in or they won't like it. Just try it, and even if it's art or like anything, it will help you get involved with the school, and you'll feel like an actual member.
Thank you. Any final questions for Mackenzie? Okay, well, Mackenzie, we would like to thank you for the presentation of your senior portfolio defense. And we're going to ask that you please now leave the room. Don't leave just yet, though. We may deliberate your defense performance and come to a conclusion about the score of your defense. I will call or text you to come back into the Google Meets room when we have come to a decision. Now, Mackenzie, I'm going to go off script here because I need to double check, since I know you changed your remind accounts for the calculus. So when I text you that it's okay to come back in, do you want me to text the one titled Mackenzie Patterson or Mackenzie P? Or is it just, because for a while there were 2 different ones on there?
Yeah, I think they're both connected to the same thing. It's just one of them said I no longer have, like I can no longer sign in or have use of it. But I've been getting your regular messages.
Okay, so the one I sent today about the tutoring time and everything, you got that one?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one I'll use then, because I know. Okay, I'll use that one, and I'll text you when you can come back in. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How did I leave? Okay. Oh, that was stressful.